Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2024 College Football Top 25, Week 5. And this list is based on the Associated Press poll that was released earlier today. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you could be notified of when I drop my next video. Number 25, the Boise State Broncos. Boise State got into the top 25 after they defeated Portland State 56-14 at home this week. And they get to 2-1 on the year. We'll see what the Broncos can do in 2024. They've got a good passing game. They've got a decent defense. So we'll see what they can do in this 2024 season. Number 24, the Texas A&M Aggies. Texas A&M got to number 24 after beating Bowling Green at home 26-20. This game was a lot closer than people expected, so Texas A&M has to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they need to improve upon before their next game. They're 3-1 on the season, so hopefully they can get it all figured out as we move along in SEC play. Number 23, Kansas State Wildcats. Kansas State was number 13 last week. They had the biggest drop out of anybody on this poll, dropping 10 spots as they got annihilated by BYU. They trailed 17-6 at the half, ended up losing 38-9. They are still 3-1 on the year at number 23. Number 22, BYU. And just like we said a moment ago, BYU got to number 22 and into the top 25 by putting the beat down on Kansas State 38-9. The Cougars are 4-0 on the season. And honestly, the sky is the limit for BYU now that they've started to crack the top 25. All they got to do is keep on winning. Number 21, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, number 21, they were number 15 last week, falling 6 spots after losing at home against number 6 Tennessee, 25-15. And it was a lot more of a blowout than the scoreboard indicated. Tennessee was up 22-3 in the third, and Oklahoma's got a lot of questions that they need answers, but not on the defensive side of the ball. They were great defensively, even in the loss. And Oklahoma is 3-1 on the season. And now we get into the top 20. At number 20, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Oklahoma State, close game this week, ended up losing at home to number 12 Utah 22-19. But Oklahoma State still has a lot of things they need to work on if they want to get back to winning ways. And the running game needs to be there. The defense needs to be there. And 3-1 on the year. Oklahoma State, their season starts now. In at number 19, the Illinois Fighting Illini. Illinois went on the road this week as they defeated Nebraska 31-24 in overtime in order to get to 4-0. And Illinois has a chance to make some real big noise here. They can get the passing game going. The defense can get better. They're going to be a hard team to beat. Number 18, Iowa State. Iowa State 3-0 on the year after beating Arkansas State 52-7. They jump up 2 ranks. And Iowa State's passing offense is going to be a problem for a lot of secondaries that they face this year. And if they can continue to have success, we could be talking about the college football playoffs for the Iowa State Cyclones. In at number 17, Clemson. Clemson's 2-1 on the season after beating down to NC State. The score, really, this game wasn't that close. They beat them 59-35, but they were up 59-14 going to the fourth quarter. So Clemson, yeah, they're good for 3 quarters, but if they can get better at putting away games in the fourth, they are going to roll through their schedule. In at number 16, Notre Dame. Notre Dame 3-1 on the year. They hosted the Miami of Ohio Red Hawks, and Notre Dame has got to get better in the first quarter. They were down 3-0 in the second quarter after winning 28-3. If they could get better in the first quarter and cut back on the penalties and the turnovers, then like Clemson, Notre Dame is going to roll through people in 2024. Number 15, the Louisville Cardinals. Louisville jumps up 4 spots this week after beating Georgia Tech 31-19 to get to 3-0. And if Louisville can get better at playing football in the first half, they're going to be a hard out. Close game in the first half, but they were able to pull away in the second half to get the big time win for the Cardinals. They get into the top 15 and they remain unbeaten on the year. In at number 14, the LSU Tigers. LSU 3-1 on their young season. They had a home game against UCLA, similar to Louisville. It was really close in the third quarter, 17-17, until LSU put the foot on the gas and dropped 17 unanswered to get a 34-17 win going into SEC play. In at number 13, the USC Trojans. USC only falling 2 spots this week as they are 2-1 after losing in Ann Arbor this weekend, 27-24 in a very close game. And USC, they've got to do what they do. Pass the ball. Get Moss in to throw the ball. He's got to run, let him run. But USC will climb if Moss continues to be successful at the quarterback position. Number 12, the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan jumping 6 spots this week. I believe that is the highest any team jumped this week. And Michigan, close game at home against number 11 USC. They get the score with less than a minute to go to take the lead for good. They get the 3-1. And honestly, if Michigan could play like this every week, they are going to be in the college football playoff. Number 11, Missouri. Missouri falling 4 spots this week, even with a win. They had a double overtime thriller at home against the Vanderbilt Commodores. 30-27, they survived off of a Vanderbilt missed field goal. And with the way Missouri's been playing the last few weeks, Boston College included, they really need to get better at building a lead in the first half. If they could do that, then they are going to be very difficult to beat come SEC play. And now we start to crack the top 10. Number 10, the Utah Utes. Utah getting to 4-0 after a close game in Stillwater against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, beating them 22-19. And it's really hard to tell how long Utah is going to remain undefeated. There's some weeks they come out here looking like national championship contenders. Other weeks they just barely get by with a win. So the Utah Utes are going to be very entertaining to watch in 2024. In at number 9, Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State got the 3-0 after beating the bricks off of Kent State 56-0. No hiccups in Penn State's offense. 718 yards of total offense. New school record. And it's been a really rough few weeks for Kent State, but Penn State getting up to number 9. In at number 8, the Oregon Ducks. Oregon is still 3-0, one of the first of 3 teams on this list to have a bye this week, and it gives them a nice week to recoup, rest, and get back on the grind next week. And the Ducks, they jump up one spot thanks to the bye, but there's still a long year to go in 2024. In at number 7, the Miami Hurricanes. Miami got the 4-0 after taking a trip to South Florida and playing well over the last 2.5 quarters. They outscored South Florida 36-0 in the last 2.5 quarters. And they go on to beat South Florida 50-15. And Miami, if they're going to be a national champion contender, then they need to play well in the first quarter and a half. That's where it was close. That's where you're going to find the improvement for the Canes. And if they can improve on that, they're going to be really hard to beat. Number 6, Mississippi. Mississippi 4-0 on the year. Jackson Dart led the Rebels to another victory this weekend, 52-13 over Georgia Southern. And Mississippi is going to be a tough out against any SEC team. They can pass the ball well. They can play defense well. And overall, Mississippi is not missing Quanjon Judkins for Ohio State at all as they continue to remain in the top 10 of the nation. Number 5, Tennessee. Tennessee jumping up one spot after defeating Oklahoma 25-15 in Norman. And this is Tennessee's first appearance this season in the top 5, and they do have a bye this coming week, so definitely a great time to have a bye considering Georgia's playing Alabama. So definitely a chance for Tennessee to jump in the top 4 before they got to play their next game. But Tennessee looked great against Oklahoma, up 22-3 in the third. And if Tennessee could play like the way they've been playing all year, they could go undefeated. Number 4, Alabama. Alabama is still 3-0 this week, the second of 3 teams on this list to have a bye. And it's good that Alabama has a week to rest and recoup. You know Jalen Milroe's going to get the reps in. And they've got to play Georgia, so definitely a big comeback game after the bye. And we're going to see if Alabama's for real next weekend. Number 3, Ohio State. Ohio State is 3-0 after defeating Marshall at home in Columbus. 49-14 was the final. And the Buckeyes picking up Judkins from Mississippi. They just give it to Judkins, and he's going to get yards and put up points. And that's exactly what he did this weekend as the Ohio State Buckeyes remain the number 3 team in the nation. Number 2, Georgia. Georgia, 3-0, had a bye this weekend as well. The last of the 3 teams that had a bye this weekend. And like I said about the other 2, it is a nice time for Georgia to rest and recoup because they are going to have a big game next weekend as they're going to be taking on the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Yeah, that's how big of a game this is. I'm bringing it up on both teams' top 25 appearances because this is where we're going to find out what Georgia is made of this season. And number 1, the Texas Longhorns. Texas making their second consecutive top-ranked appearance in this week's polls at 4-0 after Arch Manning got his first start of the season and really put the beat down on General Booty and the UL Monroe Warhawks. And Texas had 21 points in the first quarter. They end up routing the UL Monroe 51-3. And this is how Texas needs to play each and every week if they want to be considered a national champion contender. And that was the 2024 College Football Top 25 Week 5, based on the AP poll that dropped earlier today. Who do you think should be in the top 25? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you could be notified of when I drop my next video. And if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos because I got hours of videos that'll keep you entertained well into the night.